Good evening. Welcome to the 2024 Sustaining Our World lecture presented by the School of Environmental and Forest Sciences with generous support from the estate of Mort Lauritsen. Thank you. For this annual lecture, we invite speakers whose scholarly and/or practical work advances our understanding of human-environment interactions and approaches to achieving sustainability in those interactions. Professor Lucy Hutyra is an ecosystem scientist and professor in Earth and Environment at Boston University, where she teaches urban ecology and terrestrial ecosystems. Lucy's work exemplifies engagement across scientific fields to understand the interactions between human actions and environmental systems, specifically with an interest in addressing climate change and reducing carbon emissions. We couldn't be prouder that Lucy earned her undergraduate degree in the College of Forest Resources at the University of Washington. After completing a master's and PhD at Harvard University, well, whatever, she returned to the University of Washington, where she spent a 2-year postdoc in urban ecology working with Professor Marina Alberti, who's here somewhere. Hi, Marina, in the urban planning program. Her work draws on a range of tools, including field observations, remote sensing, spatial analysis, and mathematical modeling to measure where, when, and how much carbon moves between different reservoirs, like plants, soil, water, and air in forests and in urban areas. The impact of Lucy's work has been recognized by numerous awards for its scientific contributions, as well as for her work in translating that science for policymakers. The awards include a National Science Foundation Career Award, National Academy of Sciences Kavli Award, Harvard University Charles Bullard Fellowship, and in 2023, she was named to the class of MacArthur Fellows, a group of, quote, 20 exceptional, creative, and inspiring people. Yeah, we're inspired. This lecture is just such a great opportunity to welcome Lucy back to campus and to celebrate the achievements of her career, which are recognized in all of those awards, but particularly the most recent recognition. Please join me in welcoming Lucy Hutyra back to Seattle and the University of Washington campus.
Thank you, Dan. Such kind words. So I'll save the emotional day that I've had for the end, but I couldn't be more honored to be here today. When Dan reached out to me, it was such an easy yes to be able to come back. And the number of people that came from my undergraduate class to be here is just amazing. But I'm going to stay on topic. So I'm going to walk you through about 10 or 15 years of work that kind of culminates in some of the work that I'm doing now on thinking about cities, thinking about the impacts of processes of land cover change and urbanization, and what that does to the cycling of carbon dioxide and energy in cities. And I'm going to start at a high level, which is our climate is warming. We all know this. We hear about this on the news, but it's a pretty striking graphic when you look from 1850 to the present at how the temperatures have changed. This is a graph that shows the difference from the average. So early in the record in the 1850s, it was much cooler, and you see since the 1980s, it has just been a skyrocketing temperature. The most recent year in this record, 2023, broke the record by a lot. And 2023 was also the warmest summer on record, period. It was a devastating summer to millions of people around the world. And the places that felt that most acutely were cities. And in cities, what we're seeing is it's not just climate change. It's an intensification of heat waves, so durations of really excess heat, and longer and hotter spikes in temperature, where it's really hard to find relief. Now, the main driver of these warming temperatures is the emission of CO2 through the combustion of fossil fuels. So this is a graph that shows since the 1990s what globally has been happening with the emissions rates of carbon dioxide causing this warming. And you can see it's been a pretty steady march upward, where year over year we're emitting more and more. So we're not on the right trajectory for tackling this problem. The biggest perturbations you see where things have gone in the other direction are major global disruptions like the pandemic, the collapse of the Soviet Union, and most other years it's been a steady march up. Now, this is part of the story. About 88% of the carbon dioxide that goes into the atmosphere comes from the combustion of fossil fuels. The rest of it, about 12%, comes from deforestation and land use change. So together, we're looking at a picture of emissions that looks like this. But that story I just told you about the CO2 in the air, we actually are very lucky that we're not feeling the full brunt effect of all of these emissions. About half of the emissions, that CO2 that we're combusting and releasing into the air, stays in the air. About half of it doesn't. About 30% of it goes into forests. About 25% of it goes into the oceans. And this is amazing. It means that things could be a lot worse if these, for the emissions that we're putting out there, weren't there. And there's been a tremendous amount of effort, including much of my career, to understand how, where, and why do we have land carbon sinks, and are they likely to last? So the CO2 that's staying in the atmosphere, we see a curve that looks like this. This is referred to as the Keeling curve, where you see the stepwise year over year increase in CO2 related to that combustion. The graphic here just shows the zoom in on a couple of years. You see that in the winter months in the northern hemisphere, the concentration gets particularly high, and in the summer months it gets lower, and this seesaw oscillation happens year over year. This is related to when photosynthesis, plants taking up CO2 from the air, fixing it into sugars, dominates in the northern hemisphere, and then they drop the leaves and they decompose and release it back. But there's a steady march upward. Well, now you've received your primer on the global carbon cycle, but let's zoom in to the part you probably haven't heard. Cities play a disproportionate role in this process. So it's not just the steady march of increasing emissions. The emissions are happening in particular places. In fact, if you squint, it's a beautiful graphic, trust me. If you squint, or maybe you don't even have to squint that much, you can see every city in the United States in this map. And this is a map of where most of the emissions are happening. So the emissions are not happening everywhere. They're happening predominantly in cities. 70% of fossil fuel emissions happen on 3% of the land. 70% of emissions are happening on these small hot spots of land, which is where we live. So you could see the Portland, Washington, I-5 corridor pop super clearly, and the area around it has very low emissions. You see Washington, D.C., Baltimore, Philadelphia, New York, Boston. You see the entire eastern seaboard light up along with all the roads associated with it. And if we make the same sort of measurements that I showed you from Mauna Loa, Hawaii, we can make those measurements in cities. And we have been. For about a decade now, we've been measuring carbon dioxide on the roof of my building in Boston University and on a really tall tower downtown. So we've been making the exact same kind of measurements, but in the middle of a city. And you see the same sort of oscillation like you saw in the global signal. And the question that we had set out to answer was, cities are making pledges about massive reductions in greenhouse gas emissions. 80% reduction in emissions by 2030 or 100% reduction by 2030 or whatever the goal might be. If these goals are really being achieved, we should be able to measure them in the city because that's the place where the combustion, where the emissions are happening, and we should be able to see it in the air. And so we set out this network to observe the air and then tried to put the pieces together to see if we could see a signal over time. And this is a paper that we published a few years ago, and this was one of the first attempts to do that. So let me walk you through this graph. So this gray, this is a year and a half of data that's here. This gray is clean air that before it's blown into the city of Boston, where we made our measurements. And then this blue and the black is our observations in the city of the carbon dioxide and our model of what we expected based on how the wind was blowing and what it was blowing over. And you could see our model and the measurements agree really well. There's noise in there, and that's the weather. And you see this difference between the clean air and the air in the city. That's that 70% of emissions happening in cities signal of extra CO2 in the city. This all makes sense. And then things broke down. In the summertime, somewhere, the CO2 disappeared. And understanding this has been the bane of my existence for 15 years. Where did the CO2 go? The emissions did not stop. They maybe were reduced a little bit in the summer because we're not heating our homes. So emissions may have gone down a little bit, not that much. And there's photosynthesis happening. Biology turned on, started to take up carbon dioxide, but that's true in these rural areas as much as it's true in the city. So we should have continued to see this offset. How and why did it disappear? So that's the story I'll walk through. And we'll start out by looking at literally where this gray line came from, which is a site in central Massachusetts that was established in 1989, has the longest direct measurement record for measuring carbon dioxide. This is from the Harvard forest. And at this site for decades, we've been measuring carbon moving between the air and the land. And if you look at this picture, it's forest as far as the eye can see. It's uninterrupted forest. Far in the distance, you see some mountains, but not much else. And this site is literally a textbook forest site. Like, textbooks have been written about this site. And this site is a verification site for every model that I know is either built or validated or both with sites like this. And cities look nothing like this. Cities are dominated by the built infrastructure of the cities. They're dominated by the roads and the buildings, and you see interspersed trees. You could see a really large park in the middle of a city, but the image that you have is really about the built infrastructure, and it's not about the green space. In fact, it's so much not about the green space that most models still pretend there is no green space in cities. It's only a source of fossil fuel emissions, and these parks and so forth don't really matter. I'll show you that's not true. But it's interspersed spaces. Right outside the city, it's green belts that are interspersed with development. And these forests are really interesting because they're really small patches that are dominated with a lot of edge that surrounds them. They're adjacent to development where these lawns are being mowed, fertilized, and irrigated, with those spillover effects affecting the forests that are in between. And images like this surround within a couple of kilometers most US cities. They're images like this of open-grown trees within the urban complex. These trees are not competing for light. They're not growing taller like these trees are, trying to get above their neighbors to get light. They're getting fat. They're just growing out, and they have plenty of room. And so it's a completely different growth form. Urban areas also have things like this. This is my garden. We like tomato and kale. We also compost and add a lot of organic amendments to the soils. We also remove organics from the system. We bag up our leaves, we put them on the street, a truck comes and takes them away. I don't know where away is exactly, but it's not in the city anymore. So that decomposition piece of the story of what happens in the winter when leaves start to decompose and release their nutrients back into the system has been broken because you've moved them out of the city. They're going to decompose somewhere, but not in the city. And so when we put these different kind of forms of vegetation together, I've really gotten to thinking about this in the context of kind of edges, because this is not an intact, closed canopy, interior forest condition that you have in cities. And they're not the same. So if we think about what's different at the most fundamental level, if you have an intact forest, textbook forest, compared to one that has edges around it, a lot will change. The wind will impact the system more abruptly. So it is creating a barrier, and the wind will push and trees are more likely to fall down. This is particularly true for conifer trees as opposed to broadleaf trees that tend to have different rooting structures. It will get hot and dry because the sun is not only shining from above, the sun is shining from the side, and so it can dry out the system. It's an entry point for fire, and that's particularly true because what creates edges in many cases is roads, which are a major source of ignition. These are all going to have negative effects on the ecosystem. It will reduce the amount of plant matter, the size of trees, the amount of wood that you have on site, and it will reduce that carbon sink that we're all benefiting from now. On the other side, there's light. There's a lot of light, and the light is coming in from the side as well as from the top. So yes, it's hotter and drier, but there's light penetrating about 30 meters into the forest. And my son was teasing me here that most of these effects that I'm describing actually have a length scale of about 30 meters. He's a basketball fan, so that is the distance he runs back and forth across the basketball court. So that is the distance of these edge influence that I'm describing. Edges also have extra nitrogen. They have extra nitrogen because they're creating a barrier, this point of deposition for atmospheric nitrogen. They also have more nitrogen because there's roads, and those roads have tailpipe emissions of nitrogen. Ammonia and nitrate are fertilizer. So they're getting fertilized by being at the edge. These are incredible from the plant's perspective. So light and fertilizer, these are fundamental limits on plant productivity. And where all of this balances is not very well understood. When we started this work, the Amazon had been the place that had been most studied. There was an experiment, a large experiment called the Biological Forest Fragments Experiment in Amazonia near Manaus. And at that site, they had cut these checkerboard, kind of old school Northwest style logging experiments into the Amazon to see what would happen, looking at this deforestation. And what happened was terrible. Vines took over, trees fell down, the mortality rate of trees skyrocketed, carbon pools plummeted, biodiversity plummeted. These processes dominated. In boreal systems, this process dominated, and fire to some extent. In boreal systems, it's also a negative. To have edges and fragmentation across the landscape is a negative effect on the productivity of the system. In temperate systems, it's a little less known. I came from a forestry school, and I will point out that a number of people have commented that I have rediscovered forestry about 7 times in my career. And so, Larry, it's true. But what we wanted to do was actually quantify it and try to see how these different processes were playing out across the landscape and how that influence would be manifest. And I had the most amazing PhD student who just graduated, Luca Morielli, and I'll walk you through some of what he did. The U.S. Forest Service, in an attempt to quantify the amount of timber present across the United States, has for decades and decades been measuring, sending field crews out across the entire United States and Alaska and Hawaii, and measuring the forest. And this is the northern region of the Forest Service domain. This is a 20-state area of the US, so about a quarter of the US. There are 48,000 directly measured field plots here that have been measured at least twice. So we could see not just what was there, how much wood there was, what species of wood, but we could see how much it's growing and how much it's dying. And Luca, after 2 years and many frustrating nights, figured out a way to split this data set and identify the plots that were next to edges and the plots that were in interior closed canopy forest. We had access to unfuzzed coordinate information that most people don't, so we were playing it's a little bit unfair, but we made the most of that access. So we ended up being able to geolocate 6,607 plots next to edges. And so this distribution does not look like this distribution. And so we had to do a little bit of statistics to be able to create a quasi-control treatment experiment. And so what we did is we matched the plots where we controlled for the key variables that control what forests do. So we controlled for how much reactive nitrogen was being deposited from the atmosphere, so fertilizer input from rainwater. We controlled for the temperatures, because going from the mid-Atlantic to northern Maine is a large temperature gradient, and how limited the plants are by that is varying. We controlled for amount of light limitation based on the latitude and the species and how light sensitive they were. We controlled for the amount of water limitation. And finally, we controlled for the species types. And so we did this, and controlling for all those variables, we matched. And so we created a pseudo experiment and then ran a model to estimate what the difference was if you were growing in an interior forest versus at the edge of a forest. And so the first metric I'll describe to you is an old forester's metric, which is basal area. So basal area is the cross-sectional area of a tree or many trees per unit ground area. So it's how much wood if you look at it not from a vertical dimension, but just from a horizontal dimension. And what we found, the first part is ho-hum. Different species have different amounts of wood on the ground. Okay, we knew that. But you could see the differences by species group. Okay. And then we looked at edges. And those plots that were near an edge across all species groups had more wood, 14% more wood. We could also identify the plots that were not just at an edge, which could be anything. It could be a mountaintop, it could be a lake, it could be a river, it could be a giant rocky outcropping. But we could identify the plots that were next to human activities. So next to subdivisions, next to roads, next to agriculture. That number jumps to 21%. So there's more wood. There's more wood near the edge of a forest. And then we went to the next step, which is how fast are those trees growing? And how fast they're growing is how much carbon dioxide they're taking up from the air. So now we took those 2 time points that those sites had been measured, same setup, interior closed canopy forest, and all the edges, 25%. Near the edge, 25% more wood was being added to the trees. They were growing faster. Anthropogenic edges were growing 36% faster. So huge numbers. And this is why foresters did strip cuts and created these openings in landscape to stimulate growth. So yes, I rediscovered forestry, but I've rediscovered forestry in a different light and put numbers to this phenomenon of increased growth near these highly fractal, fragmented forest patches which dominate much of our landscape. In fact, they dominate so much of our landscape that we did calculations to estimate how much of the world's temperate forest is within that basketball court distance of an edge, and it's 17%. So 17% of all temperate forest is under this edge influence. In this northeastern 20-state region that we've been looking at, 24.5%. So a quarter of all the forest is experiencing these edge effects. And these edge effects are in no models. That would be 0. No model. I've been on a sales pitch. I have yet to have somebody take on this rather difficult problem of putting it into a model, but it's not in there, but it's happening. The data show us it's happening, but it's not baked into the forest inventory and analysis data, which we have a paper coming out in a couple of months. And we asked the question, like, well, we found this in the forest inventory data, so it must already be represented indirectly in the models. And the answer is it's not, because there's a systematic sampling bias of the forest inventory plots relative to what the landscape actually looks like. So it's not in any of the models. Now, cities, which is where I started the story. Cities, extreme case, 100% edge. It's all edge. This is a map of Boston. These colors are just different land covers of where you have forest patches, golf courses, lawns, so forth, parks, high density, low density residential, and how much of the total canopy cover in the city and how far is it from an edge? It's effectively all edge. So it's the extreme case of what I've just described. It's not an edge on one side in this case. This is largely like open grown edge on all sides. When we looked at species level data, looking at the same species in the same region, that are the same size. This is the diameter, the girth of the tree. And how fast is the tree growing? 4 times. Trees in the city, controlling for species, 4 times faster. So this is really the extreme case. So if you have a 20 centimeter tree in the city and a 20 centimeter tree outside the city, 4 times faster growth rate. They also die faster, but that's a piece of the story that I don't have time to go into. So there's some nuance in there, but if it can get its root system established and survive and grow, it grows incredibly quickly. These are the urban Boston trees versus my textbook Harvard forest, rural forest trees. So all these years later, going back to where I started, of where did the CO2 go? It went into those urban trees. It went into those fragmented trees. It went into those discarded, irrelevant remnants of forests that we have scattered through our cities, which are totally not irrelevant. Because those forests in the city are the ones that most people actually interact with. That's the nature that most people are exposed to on a day-to-day basis. And this is a rare good news story in the climate world of they're outperforming their country cousins. And in the summertime, there's so much in the summertime afternoons when photosynthesis is happening, which is when this data is taken, they're so much outperforming that you can't see all those CO2 emissions anymore. Now this creates a big problem because if we wanted to monitor are cities achieving their greenhouse gas emissions reduction goals, their climate action plan goals, we can't tell. Because biology is interfering with our ability to detect the change during the growing season periods. So this is a real challenge in the monitoring, reporting, and verification of greenhouse gases on a global scale. But that's another talk on what we do about it. So these urban ecosystems are cycling carbon differently. The growing conditions are hotter, drier, much more fragmented. The trees grow faster, and they respire, they decompose and release less CO2. And that is what you see there. Now, plants also cycle water. In fact, plants cycle water in a way that is this trade-off. It's a nearly direct trade-off of they open pores in their leaves to let in the CO2. In the process, they're letting out water. Now, if they're growing 4 times as fast in the city of taking up carbon dioxide, that really got me thinking about, well, what are they doing in terms of releasing water then? And what does that mean for the cooling in cities? Because when plants lose water, water in the leaf is liquid. When it evaporates and leaves the leaf, it goes to vapor. The change from liquid to vapor consumes heat and cools the city. It cools anywhere. So this got us thinking to what does this mean for how much trees can cool cities? And so we started doing some crazy work the last few years, which has been really exciting. We looked at 7 US cities, and we wanted to quantify how much trees were cooling cities and how much could trees cool cities if we reached our urban planting goals. So I have a few maps up here. This is San Jose, California, hot, dry. Charlotte, North Carolina, green, lush, humid. Boston, hot, very developed. And you can see the differences in the land cover, where green is trees and the reds are buildings. So Charlotte, North Carolina is much less developed than what you see in Boston or in San Jose. This here in the second row is a remotely sensed metric called the Land Surface Water Index, which is a measure of how much moisture there is in the surface soils. And so you can see here, these really wet spots that you see here correspond to the green spots there. So you can see where the vegetation is in these maps and something about how much moisture is available. It's very dry in the most developed part of the city. It's very dry in all of San Jose. This is the albedo of the city. This is how reflective the city is, how white, how black it is, and how much of the incoming radiation gets reflected back out to space. If it's reflected, it won't be as hot. If it's absorbed, it'll be hotter in the city. So you can see differences in the reflectivity of these cities. And then the last one that I'm showing here is the land surface temperatures as measured by satellites of if you touched the surface of the pavement, of the car, of the top of the tree, how hot would it be? And so you can see that it is hotter in the less reflective, drier, more built-up parts of the city. And so we put all of this together and we ran models at the census block scale. So this is little scale, like kind of sub-neighborhood scale. And we wanted to see if we could predict what the land surface temperature would be based on these sorts of variables, the land cover, the albedo, the tree cover in particular. And what we found is, I'm going to have a trust me moment of I'm not going to show you, but it worked really well. And what you can see is that the zero line is 0, and on the positive means it is going to warm. On the negative is it's going to cool. And so if you have a 1% increase in tree canopy, how much will temperature change at that sub-neighborhood scale? And trees cool cities. Great, we knew that. What's really kind of fun is there's a lot of differences from city to city, but we can explain them with what latitude they're on and how much radiation they get, how much sunlight they get, and if they have water. So it looks noisy and variable in here, but it's super predictable based on the characteristics of the city. So trees cool cities. Grass cools cities, but much less than trees. So from a looking from space, is it green perspective? Not all green is equal. There's 2 here in San Jose, which is a really fascinating, it's the only one where we had 2 separated. This is irrigated grass. This is not irrigated grass. Not irrigated grass makes your city hotter, especially if you're in San Jose and it's brown and dead. Buildings and pavement make the city hotter, and albedo can make the city cooler. And so this was cool, but we wanted to do something with it. And so we looked across, in this case, just the city of Boston, and we wanted to think about where do we need cooling and how could we get it? And so we created a map here and we calculated a cooling demand. So how much do different parts of the city need cooling? And we did that by looking at the hazard. How hot is it in different parts of the city? The exposure, how many people live in these different census blocks? So how hot is it and how many people are being impacted? And who are those people that are being impacted? Is it the elderly? Is it the poor? Is it people with language barriers? We weighted these three factors equally and created a cooling demand map of the city. So the red areas are in more need of cooling interventions than the blue areas. And then we started thinking about, well, how can we cool those areas? So on this side are the lowest demand areas, and on this side are the highest demand areas. So the lowest demand areas have more trees on the landscape than the highest demand areas. That's because the highest demand areas have more building and less tree. The highest demand areas have less possible potential for planting trees because it's built. So the amount of plantable area is lower. So even if we planted every inch, there's just less space available than the areas that need it the least. On the flip side, if we look at buildings, the highest demand areas have more buildings, but the buildings are systematically different. The buildings in the really hot places that need cooling interventions, most of them are like this, which is high-density housing with flat roofs, as opposed to low-density housing with lawns and lots of plantable space and sloped roofs. And so these roofs are very inexpensive to paint. $4 a square foot. Very inexpensive, and so we wanted to see what happened, as opposed to this, which replacing an entire roof is many, many thousands of dollars. This roof, to recoat it with a reflective material, is hundreds, like maybe $500, thousands. And so we ran this model that we developed to see what could we get. So this is what we could get if we do everything we could. We plant every inch of plantable space in the city with trees. We paint every roof that's flat and black white. And what you see is that trees will cool. Trees will cool not that much. And in my magic wand world here, we planted full-size, full-grown trees, which is not what we plant. We plant seedlings, saplings. It takes decades for them to get to the point where they perform the services that I've estimated they're performing here. So this is a best case scenario. And how much cooling we could get if we painted roofs white. And in the highest demand areas, there were the most roofs to paint white. And this is the highest demand spot in Boston, just to show you what I'm talking about. It's all black roofs, absorbing all the heat. There's one empty parcel that you could do planting in. There's a couple of trees already there. There's nowhere else to plant trees. So from a solution space perspective, you could see a map on what could be possible and how we could get there. And so this entire project actually started from my PhD students' internship, which we make our PhD students do internships, and it's career changing for them to have an opportunity to use their skills for real problems in the moment. And this student interned with the Planning and Redevelopment Agency in Boston. And they wanted a tool to do decision support for if a developer came to them with a development project proposal, how could they work with the developer at the time of development to come up with a more climate sensitive design? And I said, we can't do it like 50 times because I didn't know how, and they persisted, and we came up with a way. So I'll show you what we managed to do. So this is a real parcel of land in Boston. This is a developer's real proposal for what to do with it to redevelop it. And I'll play a little movie to show you what the to make what I just described operational for decision support looks like. So we zoom in on an aerial map, you find that census block, and you see a distribution of temperatures across the city. That is the temperature of that parcel. Let's reduce the trees because that's what the developer said they would do. Let's reduce the amount of other pavement, which is all this parking lot here. Let's increase the building cover because they're building almost the entire lot. You see the temperature moving the entire time, and we have made it much hotter. And then let's change the reflectivity of the roof, and we just brought it back down to the average. And I think this is pretty exciting because it gives developers, it gives planners, it gives decision makers a way to visualize what the possibilities are for changing what our city looks like. And there's real trade-offs between these two solutions that I've been describing here. Cool roofs, this reflective roof management is big and immediate and declines over time because the roof gets dirty. Trees have almost no benefit when you plant them. It takes time. The old adage, the best time to plant a tree was 30 years ago. Yeah, it's right, because it takes a long time for the services to really kick in. And these benefits of the cool roofs are immediate, maximized, but singular. They cool the city and they do nothing else and from a benefits perspective. But trees, they have to survive for a while, but the benefits of the trees are numerous and go far beyond just temperature mitigation. So from a trade-off space, I've painted a simple black and white, literally, picture of what it can look like, but it's much more nuanced. So that's what I've been working on in the last few years. And I wouldn't be where I am without many of the people in this room who shaped my path and my thinking on that. And I just wanted to call out a few. When I was a student here, I never imagined this is what I'd be doing with my life at all. I signed up for forestry because they had the coolest field trips. And that was my main undergraduate criteria. And it was true. And it so didn't stop there. There were a handful of people that I've put up here, but many more, and many of them are in the audience, that completely changed the direction of what I did with my life. Chad Oliver, who is not on the faculty here anymore, he was my undergraduate advisor, and he took me in and treated me like a graduate student and had me do things that I had no idea how to do and watched me fail and get back up and try again. And I'm eternally grateful for him taking me under his wing. Larry, who is here, I learned so much from just on how complicated reality was. It wasn't just a textbook, and the role of people and lives and livelihoods. And Tom, Bruce Larson, who taught me a lot about how the systems actually work, the field trips, Pack Forest. It gave me a love for being outside and an appreciation of nature that's all about what I am now. And then Marina, who I came in knowing nothing about cities when I joined your lab. And you opened my eyes to different kinds of scientific questions and needs that are still playing out today. So I'm really grateful to be here. It's so wonderful. And I'm going to stop, and I've taken you through this journey in this talk where we've talked about the global carbon cycle. We've talked about the role of cities as emission sources in the global carbon cycle. We've talked about the role of vegetation in cities in offsetting some of that and complicating it. And then we've talked about the role of vegetation and cool roofs in potentially offering solutions for the future in cities. And with that, I'm going to stop.
Thank you, Lucy. That was wonderful. You've accomplished so much. And it's so great to have you back. Questions from the audience for Lucy?
Oh boy. No. I think there's a microphone over there.
Yeah, there's a microphone over here. If you have a question,
Quinn.
please come over. But we are going to let people who don't get to talk to her all the time do that. Microphone's over. Can I speak loud enough? No, because there's people online. Even though I was speaking without it. I'm not going to let you do it.
So thank you for the amazing presentation. I really enjoyed it, learned a lot, and didn't know about. So Larry maybe knew it, never told us about it. So I had a question, maybe a minor one, the 30-meter edge effect. And you talked about how you're thinking of putting it in FIA data as a model for carbon sequestration. Do you have a model that shows it cannot be a kind of block, but it should be a continuum, right? Some kind of a model. Do you have a sense that, is it just 30 meters, how it changes, or is it unidirectional, and things like that? So thank you.
It's actually a great question. It is not a hard and fast 30 meters. There's this continuum concept that has been described really nicely in the literature around the distance of edge influence. And on some variables, it's longer, and on other variables, it's shorter. It depends on the process that you're looking at. In temperate forests, 20 to 30 is the number that it comes out to on most of the processes that are relevant to what I described today. It's also related to how tall the trees are. The taller they are, the deeper it will penetrate. It may be a really good question that we get there. Yes.
Thank you so much for the talk. This was super interesting. I had a question kind of about that first story you told about cities kind of recouping that excess CO2 emission in the summer. It sounds like much of that is driven by these edge effects in urban green spaces, but am I right in my understanding that that doesn't even come close to making up the difference between urban and rural emissions writ large?
Totally doesn't come close to making up for the difference. And thank you, because what I didn't say is my disclaimer that I almost always say and I forgot, which is forest fragmentation to enhance a carbon sink is the worst idea I could ever think of. It is a losing, unambiguously losing proposition. The amount of carbon you'll lose by fragmenting the forest will far outweigh the extra carbon that's taken up. But the extra carbon that's taken up is real and needs to be accounted for. So thank you for your question.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks, Lucy. That was a great talk, and it's great to see you again. You almost answered my question, because I was thinking about edges and patches, and it brings me back to when I was a fresh forestry graduate student. I'm thinking about Larry and Bruce Lipke and unintended consequences. So could you comment maybe on some of the negative effects that you might get from patches within cities? So for example, you've shown that there's a great benefit in terms of carbon sequestration, but what might be the effects on, say, wildlife or species diversity?
Pretty negative. It's better to have that patch than have no forest. The larger the patch, the more variable habitat that it can provide. But actually if you look at the literature of forest fragmentation, most of it is about biodiversity and all the associated negative biodiversity impacts and diversity losses. So great point, absolutely true. We should not fragment our landscape. But we have fragmented our landscape. And so from the CO2 perspective, it's just trying to understand what that means. But again, terrible management strategy.
Again, thanks, Lucy. I got a question, and I kind of blew it today because I was literally teaching this material today, and I should have had you come to my course. I clearly missed the boat on that. But this idea of the balance between white roofs, urban forestry, it's really interesting. But I guess I want to come back to carbon, right? And if you're thinking about an urban system and you're thinking about the balance of carbon, you brought it, you kind of presented it in the way of temperature and trying to make a city more habitable in sort of that sense. But what if we threw solar panels on all the roofs?
I was, this morning I was having that conversation. We have a grant proposal that we're submitting to look at exactly that, because there's this real trade-off of you could make green walls that are designed to absorb radiation and make plants grow. You can make white walls that are designed to reflect the radiation. You can make white roofs to reflect the radiation. You could make solar panel covered black roofs that are optimized to absorb the radiation. The solar panels are maybe 20% effective in how much their efficiency looks like these days with current technology. And what the trade-off is between the cooling of the white roof, the warming of the black roof with the solar panel, versus the energy generated, versus the increase in building energy requirements because you've made the building hotter by putting a black absorptive surface on it, versus cooler if you had that. I don't know what the answer is.
That's a great proposal.
Can you be my reviewer?
Okay, so one question. On your graph, like, you know how you were talking about the steep drop with the edges? You also had these two gigantic spikes. What are those for in the graph? Go onto the ground.
Tell me when, Quinn.
Yeah, that. Down. Yeah.
Oh.
You know those two, like, humongous little spikes? What are those for?
Oh, these?
Yeah.
Great question. That's weather. So this is observed and modeled carbon dioxide that we did by making measurements in the city and modeling the air moving across the landscape with a particle back trajectory model. And this is weather. This is a weird weather anomaly, and it caused a large spike, and our model was able to catch it. So this is just natural noise variability, but good question.
All right.
Thank you so much. Fascinating. One of the things that stood out to me was the use of this information to create that model there for Boston. My question is whether you have heard of anything in terms of expanding that for other cities, just in the context of being in Seattle right now. There's a whole lot of controversy going on over our urban canopy here. Because of our new tree ordinance and the loss of canopy to development and projected future losses. I think they came out with a study last week. So I'm wondering if there's anything we can hope for in that respect on the way for other cities.
Yes.
Great.
I am on sabbatical this year from my university, so rather than take a extended year-long vacation that maybe I should have, I took a part-time job at Google, and so I'm for the year visiting Google, and I am working on that. And you stay tuned, it will go live at some point, a version.
Thank you, Lucy. We appreciate your visit. We love seeing you and all your success. Thank you for coming back.
Thank you. Really tight up. Did I go over time?